All
Awesome.
right, yeah, I'm gonna share my screen here in a
And
second.
Mike, if it's possible, will it be okay for us to take screenshots to make a document?
Yeah, I don't think that'd be a problem.
Okay, thank
Awesome.
you.
Um,
Hardik?
Screen. There we go. All right. So it's all web based, right? Because it's a Konica printer. So you really only need two pieces of information to do it. One, you're going to need the IP of the device, which we have a spreadsheet. I know it was shared with the network group back when we were originally starting the conversion. It's got to be available somewhere on your end. I'm not sure where it ended up. Maybe someone could shed some light if you engage one of the groups, someone on that team, on probably
Yeah.
like the L3 team. But also, I got to talk to, the Greylock side to figure out what, because I know they're working on like a SharePoint page where it's, we could put things and we could all get to them because this is a spreadsheet. While I haven't made a lot of changes to printers, I've done a lot of work on the spreadsheet, changed things as we've installed some new hardware. So I've been adding, removing things from it. So the one that you have, is not entirely up to date. But in terms of this device, this West Street printer, the one that you
Mhm.
have is accurate, hasn't changed in ages. So I'm just trying to find which one it is because each branch typically has a handful. Um, all right, so I think it's this one. It's West Street Conica, first floor. So it's 172, 29.51.11. So, assuming we can get to it. Well, that's wonderful.
So the printer
2950.
is not pingable. Maybe.
Well, it's either that or it's pingable. Let's see if it's pingable. Or we have a few of them that are a little bit on the older side, and sometimes the web portals have stopped working because they're on outdated firmware. So
Hmm.
I don't know if that's what, and those ones I've had to go and like put hands on them to do this. So I'm hoping that's not the case, but it might
Oh,
be. Or we may need to do a hard reset on the device. But I'm just gonna just for the argument's sake, just to show you what what we're doing with these. Let me pull up another one just for argument's sake to say, hey, here's what we're doing.
okay.
72.29.51.12. Well, that's not normal that I can't get
Yeah.
to any of them.
Mike, which network are you using, or do you also have to use a jump server to connect to the network?
I would probably so I haven't cut over to my Greylock to my MSS computer yet. I need to. Oh, that one worked. Just it was very slowly. Okay. Well, let me try this one again because that one was very slow. Oh, you know what? It was just
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Glitch.
It's working.
Okay.
Maybe when I pinged it, it kind of
Understood.
woke it up or something. This one I can tell right now it is an older one because the interface is a little dated, but I would just go to the logon screen. Um, so let's see. You know what? Let me just look because some of them, if you're not logged in as the admin user, you can add them, but other ones we've restricted it. They should all be uniform, but I know they're not. Um, other ones you actually have to sign in as
Um,
the admin to do it.
Nicky,
So
I'm
let me see
getting
if
a
I can.
call.
Uh,
This is quite a older one.
it is, and I always have to bounce around to find the options. And this one may need admin because I'm not seeing what I want to see. But it is definitely older. Yeah.
You need to go to the workbook, right? It should be in device information, maybe.
Yeah. I think I might need to be an as admin. I don't think I'm getting all the options. So let's go here. Where's the log out button on this one? I haven't used this old one in a long time, but there should be a logout button somewhere. I don't see it.
And go to settings and check if there is a logout
To
one.
main menu. There we go. Let's try this. Stored addresses. Yeah, I need admin users. I just need to figure out how to get into it. Log on screen. Oh, I just have that. It's user error. I just got to click the OK button. So admin. Now the password. We'll have to share that with you, which I can do. And most of them should be the same. It's not the default out of the box, but so it doesn't flag in any of like our security reports. But most of them are going to be the same. And if you get into a position where you're trying what we told you is like the tried and true, this is going to work, and it's not working, it's probably said something else, and we may need to have it go on site and have it like actually reset. But let's try it. So it should be 9, 3, 7, 8, 21, 4, 7. All right. Authentication failed. Well, that's an issue. Let's try that. Yeah, maybe that's why. 9, 3, 7,
So
8.
while you are doing this, we got two requests from Luke Brown for removing users from
From
AD.
AD.
Okay. Yeah, we had some people, with the transition happening yesterday, we had some people that did depart.
Yeah. So so if we can do that in parallel too, or how's what's your process for this one?
I currently don't do any of that. I don't know if I'll be helping in the future in MSS 2.0. It's very
Mhm.
likely I might, but I don't do any of that.
So who does it? Who do we assign
Um,
it to? Because it's with Ritu, and I'm sure she'll be reaching out to you or Dave.
I mean, currently and before the cutover, right? Currently, it was Luke who created and removed all the users. I don't know whose formal job it is, or if it's a group of people now.
So Luke is the one that did created uh the ticket.
Well, yeah, because
Maybe he just
he's not, right? He's, now that we've transitioned the duties, right? He's not the one that is going to be doing him now going forward.
Okay. So can we somehow get him on the call and tell us how, because it's just simple removing, or do
It
we
is
have to
simple, yeah. Yeah.
follow a
Yeah,
procedure?
we can grab him. He's here in the building with me today. All right, so let's
That's
see.
great.
Who do we got to do? I'm looking at the ticket here to read it here. We got to
It's Jay Lico, and one other is T
T
Murphy.
Murphy.
add Terry Latura. So I'm looking at what we got to do on this printer though while we're here. So we got to remove Savannah. Savannah. Yeah, so we got to remove her.
Hmm.
So you've probably seen this before, so I just want to show you, what ours looks like because we do have some pretty old units. But yeah. So remove that.
Hmm.
Um, and then let's just gotta do 2 ads.
New
So
email.
so when you add the user to the address book, it directly automatically puts the printer in the user's devices and printer.
No, this is for scan to email, so they can go to it
Okay.
and throw something down and scan
Hmm.
it. Adding the printer to the workstation, we do it via the network path. So that's where again the spreadsheet or a list of printers is going to help because we just go add via network path, throw in the server
Okay.
name, and once it get the server name, it populates a list of things on that domain controller, and then it's a matter of knowing which one they want. Is it the first floor, second floor? Is it the insurance one, the investment one? They're all named. The naming conventions make a lot of sense as long as they can tell you kind of where they are, what they're looking for. It's not super hard to get the right one.
Okay. Okay. Great. So yeah, that's good.
Will we be
scan to
doing that
email.
process as well here?
What's that?
I was asking, will we be doing that process as well here?
No, because no one's asking for the printer in this ticket. They were just asking to get some people added
Scan
to
to
the phone
email.
book.
Okay.
Okay.
So done, and then we got to add Terry Latura.
Nisha is pretty much same with the like Xerox printers we have,
Yeah.
same process.
Yep.
Um,
So, have you started with the MSS 1.0 tickets?
no, I'm just working on the Greylock stuff. Currently, I'm
Okay.
not up to speed on anything that UTF or CUNJ might need. So eventually, I know I'll get there, but right now they want me just kind of focusing on uh, the status quo here.
Yeah. So, Mike, what is this index for JKL and that you are selecting?
So there's a on the device itself. There's like a main screen, and it has like letter ranges. So I checked that I want it on the main screen, and based on their last name, what kind of like section, if there's like A through C, J through L, so they can just click a main header that says J. If they're looking for Terra Litura, click JKL button, and it's going to list anyone that's going to fall into that last name with the JK or L first letter.
Okay, okay,
It's more
okay.
Well,
organizational for them because like if
yeah.
I put it in ABC, like Litura is going to be under ABC.
And
So
if we don't select any, it will be come as untitled something, and it would be hard to find, I guess.
yeah, so then you have to like search it or look through a list of everybody, but this is kind of like a quick hotkey kind of thing on the device.
Yeah.
So,
um,
do do they specify it, or you do
I
it for
just do
on
it.
the last name basis?
I do it by last name always. Yeah, that's just how I've always done it. So and let me just check the other one 30 because I feel like I screwed it up. Yeah, I did. I forgot the at Greylock.org. So that's that. That one's done. But let's see. Let me go. He's here in the building. Let me see if I can grab Luke. See if we can pull him in.
Sure, that'll be great if we can do that too.
Nish, I did check with Luke, and he's
Hmm.
instructed to, as he did there, put in the tickets. But as of right now, he's saying that he was under the impression that like Ishan and Jason were
Yeah.
taking care of those for now. So that was the answer I just got.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I do understand that. Okay.
And that may change once as we all get acclimated. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not calling the shots here, but that's just what I'm getting from their end.
Okay,
Gotcha.
because I was just saying that if there was a formal process that we need to back up their profile or something, because on CUNJ UTF we do not delete the users, we just disable them and keep their profiles in. But
We
if
probably do something similar, but as for the way Luke's talking, is Jason and Ishan are briefed on the protocol for that.
Yeah, I also remember in our last meeting, Jason did um, like walked us through the process that it is the same. Like we revoke the license, we remove the groups, we take screenshot and all those things. But we don't have a list of those action items right now before deleting the user. And the end process would be deleting the user rather than disabling it. So yeah, we need a whole list, Nisha.
okay, that we can work out.
Okay. Um,
Okay, so
and Yeah.
Mike, yeah, we are done with the with adding the user. Is if there is any other step than this one?
No, so I'll work on finding a place where the spreadsheet can go so that you have access to the static IPs, and
Mhm.
then Thycotic. Do people have access to Thycotic yet?
Um,
Mm, no, I don't think so.
Okay, because that's where a lot of like passwords are stored for like servers and things like that. That different teams on the new MSS 2.0 will be using, and I believe the password, like the default kind of go to what we use for printer password, is in there. Um,
mhm.
I just kind of know it.
Yeah.
It's but for you guys, there's a place where we store. So let me find out what the status on that, because I know they're working on like that SharePoint page for everyone to where we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
kind of drop things. I don't know the update on that, but yeah, that these are things that definitely would fall into the purview of the L1L2 team 100%. It's a matter of
Mhm.
getting you the tools you need to do it.
So, as far as this registration, like adding the user in a address book of a printer, it was pretty same with other CUs what we have been doing. Mike, if you like do us a favor, if you have some time, I just want to see how, like, just for demo purposes. I don't want you to like add right now someone, but if you can show us like how do you assign a printer to any random
Oh, I just
person.
add one to my computer. I don't care.
I mean,
Um,
like, do we have to add uh, the user in a specific group of printers? What is the
no, so I'll show you
case
how I do
there?
it. So
Okay.
I don't particularly like the Windows 11 printer module. I like
Mhm.
the old school one myself.
Yeah.
So I just add printer. Always do not listed. Select by printer name, and this just comes from
Mhm.
working here for years. Is I know the names of most of the servers, so really that's the biggest thing you need to know is
Mhm.
a name of a server. If they're in Linux, are they in Pittsfield? Are they, what branch are they working out of? So this is
Yeah.
where I'm at. I'm at Cheshire Road, so it's
Mhm.
PTCR-DCO1.
Yeah.
There's a list of printers. So let's say I want the color Konica.
Mhm.
Done.
Yeah. So that was fine because in 1.0 we have another check like the user must be a part of specific printer in AD group, and that's what they have created the system team. So there are two checks, like one we access the server and then add the printer just like you showed us, and for that to be done user must be a part of that printer group. So is there anything
Yeah,
like that in
nothing
Velox or
like that.
anyone can add?
No.
Nothing. Awesome.
It's the only hangup you're gonna have. I think it was it was probably 4 or 5 years ago. The Serious Sam vulnerability with print. I think that the Serious Sam was printers, or I don't. Maybe I'm getting the name wrong, but there was a printer vulnerability years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, and we had to lock it down. So if you're a non-admin, you can't add
Hmm.
a printer because it can't download the driver package.
Yeah. Okay.
I've made a workaround for that because a lot of our users have learned how to add printers themselves, which is great because it takes the burden off
Yeah.
of us. But once when the whole driver issue was we couldn't do it anymore. So what I've done on my image is I've
Hmm.
tried my best to preload the image with every driver for every Konica on the property so that
Nice.
any user can add it themselves. And then if you have to engage to help them, you can add it for them without having to leverage any like elevated permissions.
Gotcha.
However, if you need elevated permissions, we do have UAC turned on. So if you're using Go to Assist with the
Hmm.
elevated administrative component that I showed all of you,
Hmm.
you can engage in the UAC box and put in your credentials if it asks. But more often than
Gotcha.
not, you're not going to be asked because the drivers are not being downloaded. They're already on the PC.
Gotcha.
So it just makes things
And there is
easier.
no extra security check like they must be a part of specific group. So
Nope,
they can
no group
we
checks.
can directly.
Yeah, the
Gotcha.
only security check you're going to get is if it doesn't have the drivers and you need to download them, you're going to get hit with the security check to download the package.
Gotcha.
Other
That's
than that, you should be good.
that's straightforward.
Okay, Mike,
Awesome.
I also have a query that if a request come that we need a color printer access, so is there any specific approval required for the color printer or
If there's one in their building, go nuts. Go ahead and add it for them. Most branches have a color one, but there's probably a couple out there that don't have a color printer. Um, and honestly, most of them don't specify that it's color. You'd have to like kind of pick that up off like the model number. Like I think that the ones that start with C in the conical world are usually color. So you can know by
Mostly
that.
is it's MFA as well, multifunctional printers or something like that.
Hmm.
So those are like that. Mike, just one more thing, that when you
Yeah, sure.
selected the server, when you selected that server, so that means that that was the print server for this branch, right?
It's
Um,
not a print server in so many words because it's not like a dedicated for printing. It is just the branch's domain controller and all the printers we
Hmm.
add to that.
okay, so do we have a list of that those servers?
Yeah, like
Um,
he's trying to ask like
I
how do we know which printer is at which location or
I
which
imagine
specific.
there someone provided a list, but I can work. I should be able to work on a list as well.
And
So,
There's a
Mike,
there's a list somewhere.
yeah. So, Mike, like I told before, if you need extra hands, just let us
yeah,
know that what kind of information you want.
Okay,
Yeah, we
that's
can make
helpful.
a spreadsheet or something, and then we can just fill out that spreadsheet rather than you going to Excel and make the whole
yeah,
thing out.
Well, I
So
think we have something. That's why I don't. Rather than have someone make something, I think I have something somewhere. I just got to look through my files. I'm still um, trying to get more organized. I've been moving stuff around, but I know we have a list of all the servers because I remember when I started, you know, in this role like 7 or 8 years ago. It took me a while to just like remember them all by heart. So I had a list um, that I used to reference just because it took a few months for it to stick in my head.
yeah, I know it
But
can
yeah,
be
we'll get you
hard.
a list.
Yeah.
They're all, I mean, if
So
you live in the area, which I know you don't, if you live in the area, it got really easy because they're all based on addresses. The first two
hmm,
letters are the part of the town name. The second two letters are part of the street address, and they're all DC for domain controller. So once you learn
yeah,
like the naming convention, like where am I? I'm in Pittsfield. I'm on Cheshire Road. There you go,
gotcha.
server name. Um, but yeah, for you, I think a list is going to be the best thing for you. Um, so I will get that list. I know I have it somewhere. And then I'll get that to you. I'll find a place to stick the static IP spreadsheet so you can review those because that's where you're going to get all your printer addresses from. And I'll ask Jason about Thycotic because that's where you're going to find like passwords for some of these devices, like the generic printer one is stored in there, and there's a bunch of other stuff. Um, so yeah, we can, you know, put it on the to-do list to talk about on like the 1 o'clock call maybe and see um, what else we need to get you up to speed.
sure, sure. And Mike, thank you for your time. If you have any other tickets or things like that, you can just let us know and we can jump on the call with us.
Okay.
This shadowing will be helping us a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, and to the same, if you're pulling up tickets that are, not the run of the mill, like, hey, I need a password, and feel free to engage myself and Dave. We'll try to make for this next few weeks. Definitely try to make ourselves available to, jump on those and help, shadow and
Sure,
make sure we're all on the same page.
sure, sure. Thank you.
And yeah, I'm making my way on service now. At some point, I may ask someone on the team for a quick crash course, but I'm kind of learning as I go, and you know,
Sure,
doing all
sure.
right so far.
Uh, just if you need help with anything, just let us know and we'll be there for you as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. If I get stuck, I'll definitely ask, but I kind of like to just putt around and learn.
Sure.
Thank you,
You
Mike.
know,
That's
not a problem.
that
Thank you,
works.
everybody.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank you,
nice
Bye.
day.
Mike.